Mindful eating with a Mediterranean diet. People often pair the Mediterranean diet with mindful eating, and the two seem to get along very well. After a series of spiraling diets and another fallout from yet another diet, it kind of becomes obvious that a more substantial eating pattern is required for consistent weight loss or maintenance and even just bodily health in general. It's all about striking the perfect balance where an eating habit combines the perfect diet with it to really give you the greatest eating experience that you could ever have. The Mediterranean diet and mindful eating can both do that really well. But before we embark on that journey, here are some basics that you need to understand. What is mindful eating? Oftentimes, when you hear something an awful lot, it tends to get stuffed in your head without any real sense of what it truly is. We think mindful eating also gets that kind of reputation, where everyone seems to think they know what it is, but they miss out on its true essence. Mindfulness is a meditation. It is the awareness of what you are doing, the purpose behind it, its implications, and just a general presence of mind when you indulge in a task. Now pair that with eating, and you will find that it is the kind of relationship with food that all the lifestyle magazines rave about. A relationship where you are mindful, thoughtful, and aware of food that you are putting into your body. So the next time you feel like paying attention to your food, focusing on each moment, and cherishing each morsel, you know you are eating mindfully. What is a Mediterranean diet? The Mediterranean diet is a culturally rich phenomenon that focuses mainly on the eating habits of the native people of Greece, Italy, and other areas around the Mediterranean Sea. It is a lifestyle pattern that allows a diet rich in plant-based foods with occasional dips into the meat-driven protein. The basis of a Mediterranean diet is that the food is to be treated as an endeavor, an event, a happening where people come together to break bread. The diet is rich in whole foods, vegetables, legumes, unrefined flours like wheat and gram, olive oil, beans, nuts, seeds, fresh, gloriously scented herbs, and spices indigenous to the culture. Although fish, poultry, and eggs are included rather commonly, the diet of Mediterranean natives has a fairly low amount of red meats, with only olive oil as a source of added fat. How do the two get along so well? The Mediterranean diet is often coupled with mindful eating because the foundation that it is built on is such a good fit for any type of mindful eating. The two are paired together because traditional Greek and Italian cuisines really value physical activity in the event, like the structure of mealtimes. Wine is often paired with the Mediterranean diet, and mindful eaters generally prefer a moment here and there with it. The diet is built around vegetables, fruits, and whole grains, which is preferable for mindful eating as well. The use of olive oil instead of butter and heavier stuffed fats is light and a heart-friendly alternative. Dessert in a Mediterranean diet is usually fresh fruit cutouts, which are quite similar to what mindful eating preaches. How do you become a mindful eater with a Mediterranean diet? It is relatively simple to combine the two gloriously successful philosophies into one amazing eating experience that leaves you satisfied, fulfilled, and healthier. Here are a few principles that will definitely lead you pretty easily on a journey of mindful eating while you are following the dietary patterns of a Mediterranean diet. Find peace. Finding peace within yourself when you sit down to break bread is an absolute necessity for any sort of mindful eating experience. It is the one key ingredient that will make mediocre mealtimes a treat for you. Eating does not have to be a chore, nor does it have to be an activity done out of hate for your body or the aggression some outside factor has given you. To simply put it, eat when you are at peace, and every single morsel will leave you feeling happier and fulfilled. Sometimes when we punish ourselves with food, we tend to develop a really toxic relationship with it that drives us towards negativity each time we eat. The negative spiral is what you're trying to avoid when being mindful about what you're eating on a Mediterranean diet. Think and reflect. Thinking about what we are putting in our bodies is such a highly underrated thing to do. It is so important to be mindful of what you are eating, and the best way to do so is to think about your food, to reflect upon it, and to make it part of your thought processes every day. We don't at all mean that you overthink about calories and the kind of ingredients you are putting in, but being mindful doesn't hurt. This is where a Mediterranean diet really comes in handy, because you are avoiding processed and refined foods at all costs. So, when you are making your own meal with fresh ingredients, it becomes fairly easy to focus on what you are eating. Be present in the moment. Whenever you sit down to eat, it is an excellent exercise for mindful eating to be really present in the moment for your food. You owe your plate that much. The attention you give your food at that very moment pays off when your mind really understands what is going on around it. Admit it, no one feels good after stuffing their face with food under 3 minutes and rushing out the door like you are being chased by bears. Be there for your food, and it will be there for you. Make each moment count and see how positively it will impact your eating habits. Doing this in a Mediterranean diet is awfully easy, because it supports the idea of giving your meal its due time. Be seated. Sitting down is an essential part of mindful eating when you are on a Mediterranean diet, or even when you are not on one. It becomes so crucial to let your body prepare itself for what is to come. Rushed and hurried meals often leave the consumer dissatisfied and feeling as if something is incomplete. Sitting down just generally relaxes your muscles and loosens you up. The whole concept of standing up and eating is overall an unhealthy practice. Sitting down is a key factor in mindful eating because it makes your body hyper-aware of the act it is indulging in this case, eating. Avoid any distractions. A Mediterranean diet was never meant to be chowed down in front of a flat-screen TV or laptop. For the truest experience of mindful eating, it is so important to just let go of anything that will drive your attention away from your food. It could just as easily be your phone, a television, or even some music playing in the back. Detach yourself from distractions of everyday life to really truly enjoy the experience of your food. Know the source. Knowing where your food is coming from gives you such comfort. It creates this personal connection and helps you associate a whole lot of mindfulness with your eating. Imagine the kind of bond you feel if you knew the farmer who perhaps grew the carrots you stewed for yourself. Knowing the source of your food, the grower or land it is coming from, adds a character and identity of sorts to your food as well. It gives it the signature touch. Live the experience. Food is an experience. That is what mindful eating on a Mediterranean diet should look and feel like. You need to fully immerse yourself in the experience of your mealtime and enjoy it in all its completeness. This is the only way you really become one with the idea of mindful eating. Knowing the purpose behind your food, the story attached to it. The very essence of your meal lies in the experience you associate with it. Slothy is good for once. Going slow is not always considered to be the best thing. But in the case of a good mindful eating experience on a Mediterranean diet, it is one of the most necessary things that you must do. Wait before you eat the next bit. Be comfortable around your food. Talk, communicate and think between bites. A Mediterranean diet really helps when going slow because of its high whole grain, fruit and vegetable content. Eating slowly really creates that mindful, thought-provoking food experience that we have been talking about so much. Make it an event. Every meal has to be made into an event. There is no other way really to be mindful of eating. Eating mindfully requires you to focus all your attention and energies on the very art of eating in that moment. And what better way to make it into a group or personal activity? Cuisines that have fathered the Mediterranean diet really focused on the aspect of mealtime as an event in itself. The structure of this diet really makes it easy to create an impactful moment out of it based on different elements. In a good plate setup according to the Mediterranean diet, you find different colors, textures and flavors all waiting to be enjoyed. Breathe. Breathing is an often neglected aspect of mindful eating. You must always give your mind and body the chance to recuperate with the changes it has to go through during and after mealtimes. Breathing is the ultimate key to mindful eating, and no other diet allows you the chance to really breathe between each bit and morsel like the Mediterranean one does. It just gives you ample chance to move from one element on your plate to another, while your body really adjusts to the experience of the meal itself. Know your body's cues. Mindfulness when it comes to eating also has a lot to do with your body's signs and cues that it gives you. A mindful eating experience will include acknowledgement and understanding of the hints and signs your body gives you. Your body has a way of telling you what it prefers and what does not sit quite well with it. Learn to know your body if you truly want to be aware of what you're putting into it. A Mediterranean diet gives you all the basics of a balanced diet, with its foundation in whole grains, fruits and vegetables, occasional red meats and poultry, fish and cheese here and there. The sheer balanced nature of this diet really assists your body in maintaining a healthy digestive system. There is no denying that there is absolutely no better way to eat one's food but to do so mindfully and make the most of each moment. A Mediterranean diet also becomes the perfect vehicle to practice mindful eating because of how simple and non-problematic the diet is in itself. The two ideals of mindful eating and the Mediterranean diet really combine together to give your body the best of both worlds. These simple and easy things can be kept in mind and can be really helpful next time you embark on the journey of eating with the purpose of it all in your mind.